The morning came and the four woke up, got done with their morning routines quickly, and broke the news to Bato about the player ID hacking. So, I see. I can't think of a way to prevent the hackings if it has to do with your player ID.
Well, we already fixed that issue by simply hiding our player ID. Although it won't stop him or prevent anything, it's just made to stall for time so we don't instantly fall victim to his possession trick.
Bato would nod and hide his ID as well. I'll tell Rinko and the rest of my troops to do the same. Now, let me give you all a mission. You guys are good with combat, but now I'm trusting you four into investigating the hacker. That's kind of generic, so let's call him something else. Let's call him something with a good ring to it. Like, the being of many bodies.
Sounds like something from a B-movie.
I'll change it if I think of something else, but for now it's being of many bodies. Anyway, I leave you four to investigate on this. Feel free to ask for anything you need on the investigation.
Well, for starters, we need a list of everyone here.
Bato gave all four of them a real-time document of everyone working for Bato, with it changing in real time based on where they are and what they're doing. They thank Bato and walk away to the armory of the castle.
So, we all agree that whoever did all this hacking works for Bato, right?
Well, for starters, I feel Luther is a prime suspect considering his new position directly after Alex.
Then we should try searching through his stuff. He might have a journal or two.
They all nodded and walked to Luther's new bedroom. While they were walking, they checked the list to see where Luther was.
He's on a mission with two others? Let's hope they don't die.
As they walk into his door, we cut to Luther himself and two of the members of Bato's guard. They were recruits put under Luther's leadership. The three troops were in a sunny plain similar to that of Africa. They were baked in the sun after leaving a small market. So, why are we here again, Luther, sir? The heat is messing with my mind.
Must I tell you again, Kaiba? We're here under Bato's orders to negotiate with the bandit camp. Perhaps even hiring them as mercenaries or whatnot.
Luther began thinking to himself.
Not when I'm king. I'll never make deals with criminals. I'd wipe them all out myself. It's not like they can do anything. I've encrypted my player ID to the point of intrackability.
Luther, sir? Are you alright?
I'm fine, Turner.
He and his men wandered through the massive field. They would end up at the bottom of a massive cliffside. Luther would spot two bandits. He could easily destroy them via hacking. However, he couldn't hack in front of his two recruits, lest he exposes himself. He would shush his comrades and signal them to get down. Having them cover near a rock, he would whisper to his comrades.
See them? Those guys want us dead. So let's eradicate them before they do so with us.
His underlings nodded.
Watch and learn.
Luther said while smirking as he sneaked around. He raided his throwing knife and signaled Kaiba to raid his shard of ice. They would both throw their weapons at the two armed bandits, killing them instantly. He would go forth with his comrades to the bandit camp. Meanwhile, at Bato's castle, the main four continued their investigation. Daniel would continue reading over everything, making sure everything was set straight. He decided to sit on a bench out in the courtyard, with the rest of his team just through the door. As soon as his body hit the bench, a mass of life-leeching vines would cover Daniel up and attempt to suck the life out of him. His health slowly fading away, Daniel was full of fear and would begin struggling, slowing down the process.
Help! Guys! Please!
Eren would hear these cries and slash up the vines, thwarting Daniel's assassination. The rest would show up to check on Daniel. Meanwhile, in the distance, an invading team of three, cloaked in white and purple, watch on. One woman and two men. So, what was the point of that maneuver, man?
I thought it would be a silent death, Hyena. For if he dies, he's gone for good.
We all read the mission briefing, Spider, even if he wasn't paying attention. Eleanor would head up to Eren, looking determined.
Eren, let me heal his wounds. You go on ahead with Phoebe.
I'll be on it.
He rushes to Phoebe as they make it back inside. There weren't any guards left on duty. The only ones that were there were two guards, but they were too far away from the courtyard. This pleased Spider, as she and Bat waited for the perfect moment to strike. Spider looked at Bat and whispered.
On my mark, Bat.
Spider would say before shooting vines out of her arm at Eleanor's neck. Eleanor would groan in pain as she got the life sucked out of her. Daniel would retort by slicing away the vines. Eleanor would take a deep breath and would follow Daniel, who was chasing Spider. Spider would run around the courtyard, tapping the walls as she ran. Daniel would fall for her trap, but moments before getting caught, Daniel's quick reflexes allowed him to call out his drone. The drone would immediately destroy the vines, while Eleanor would fire spores at Spider, poisoning her. Spider would retort by throwing seeds on the ground. Eleanor would destroy the seeds, and they both would corner her. Spider would giggle.
Right behind you.
A flurry of knives would float right behind the two. When they turned around, the knives would hit them both, injuring them greatly. Out of the shadows, a built assassin wearing wings made out of knives would fly up and attempt to dive bomb our two heroes. Eleanor and Daniel dodged with urgency, with them on the defensive, as the two assassins stepped closer and closer. Cut to Aaron and Phoebe in the halls of Bato's castle, without a guard in sight and Bato being very far away.
If these guys are assassins, I have to protect Bato. The investigation can wait.
Wait, Aaron, stop. Do you hear that?
Phoebe said, stopping Aaron in his tracks. A strange, unearthly noise was heard faintly. Then the right wall in the tight hallway started distorting and rippling, with Hyena going through the wall and into the hallway. He would look at Aaron and Phoebe with cold yet calm eyes, with an ear-to-ear grin on his face.
How do you do, Aaron? And yes, I am here to kill you.
He says as he makes a wall out of furniture on both sides, being held together with his telepathy.
My name is Hyena, and I'm the last damn thing you'll see.
Hyena would go lightning fast and start punching. These weren't random punches, they were calculated, aiming for the most damaging areas.
Phoebe, back me up!
Trying my best here!
Phoebe would say, blindly firing at Hyena's head. This would result in no effect, until Hyena would go for a high kick to the head, when Phoebe shot him in the foot, damaging him, and leaving him open for Aaron's shield bash. This would also give Phoebe an opening to unload on Hyena, damaging him greatly. He would get up and spit out blood. He wouldn't break his demeanor, and would throw a card down that would land between Phoebe and Aaron.
Oh shit, I missed.
He'd put his hands in the air, surrendering, as he would smile and dash through the wall at incredible speed. Phoebe would try and injure Hyena before he could escape, but it was too late. The furniture creating the wall would twitch, which Phoebe and Aaron would pay attention to. The furniture would then fly towards Phoebe and Aaron on each respective side, at incredible speeds.
Defensive position, now!
Aaron shouted as he and Phoebe would defend themselves from the objects, with Aaron shielding and Phoebe firing at high speeds, destroying the furniture before it hits. A stray chair hit her head, throwing her off. This caused her to bump into Aaron, throwing him off, causing them both to be hit by a flurry of furniture, heavily damaging them both. Hyena would peek from the corridor and snickered. This provoked Aaron and Phoebe to get up, no matter how slowly or painfully it was for them.
If only I had Bat to help me. His knives and my psychic abilities could have destroyed you completely. But he's always like Spider. That's too bad.
Back to Daniel and Eleanor, as they were trying to defend themselves from Spider's vines and Bat's knives. Bat had summoned a massive beam of knives. A massive wall had been created by Daniel for cover, leaving him able to pop in and pop out. However, they were in a tight position, stuck behind a slowly crumbling wall.
Daniel, I have a plan. I can blind people with my spores. If I blind the girl while she tries her vines, there's a chance she can hit Bat, stopping his attack. That should give us a chance to take him down.
I like that. I mean, there's nothing else we can do. Let me get our attention.
Daniel would put his hand out. Spider would attempt to seize this opportunity by summoning her vines. Eleanor would seize this opportunity by launching her blinding spores at Spider.
Got it!
Eleanor said as she hit Spider where she needed to.
Bat, I need help!
Spider would say as she would wrap her life-draining vines at the very person she wanted to help her. Bat would stop his stream of knives as his life started fading away.
I'll light him up.
Daniel said as he summoned his drone, which began unloading on Bat, with bullets and missiles galore, with it hitting as hard and going as fast that by the time the blindness wore off, Bat was dead, with him and his knives fading away.
You were so amazing, Eleanor. I admire your thinking.
Daniel says he double high-fived Eleanor.
Thanks to you, it worked.
Spider stood there, twitching in anger, her face full of anguish as she prepared her vines for her final attack.
You son of a bitch! I'll drain the marrow from your bones!
Spider shouted as the vines traveled to Daniel. Daniel would use his electric wire to tangle the vines and trap her.
Gotcha.
Spider would scream in pain as electricity flowed through her. Eleanor would dash as she pulled out Daniel's sword from its sheath and would begin heavily damaging Spider. Her sword swings were very amateurish, but they were enough to completely destroy Spider. Daniel and Eleanor took a deep breath and hugged it out, celebrating their victory. After a couple seconds of rest, Daniel stretched himself and gently grabbed Eleanor's hand. The two rushed in the castle to find their friends, cutting back to Aaron and Phoebe as they try to break through Hyena's incredible defense, as he would be deflecting Phoebe's shots and dodging Aaron's blows.
Let me tell you both something before you die. You guys might already know this, but what the hell? Luther is the big bad hacker, and he's got all of you and Bato tagged. Die once in the game and you're gone forever. I'm sorry you won't be able to use this info, because I'll kill you before then.
Hyena would dash at incredible speeds, teleporting behind Aaron with a smirk on his face.
Right behind you.
Aaron turned around, but it was too late as Hyena would jab through Aaron's armor and knock him back.
Phoebe, I need help.
Hold on, I need to test something.
Phoebe said, worried for her friend. She then went deep in thought.
So, his projectile deflect works like a counter. It has to be timed. I wonder how far his counter extends. Hey, dumbass!
Hyena would look over as Phoebe fired a shot, intentionally missing. Hyena would pull out his counter with a glowing aura around him. The bullet would miss the aura, hitting the wall. The gears began to turn in Phoebe's head until an idea came.
Aaron, get over here!
An exhausted Aaron would respond, as Hyena would let him take a break, out of sheer intrigue.
Don't worry, I have time. I'm curious to see what dumb plan you make against me.
Hyena said, waiting patiently. Phoebe then started whispering to Aaron.
Okay, I need you to use taunt.
You want me to use taunt? That could kill me.
I know, but I have a plan. He can counter my bullets, right? Well, I can switch to ricochet shots and intentionally miss his counter, causing the bullets to bounce towards him, killing him. I just need you to give it your all. Please.
Aaron paused and pondered. He spoke stoically.
All right. I'll do it.
Aaron then rushed towards Hyena, using the ability Taunt, forcing Hyena to attack only Aaron.
You absolute idiot! Your master plan is just to attack me more? You deserve to die at this point!
Hyena would shout, charging at Aaron, using his speed to attempt to overpower Aaron. However, Hyena would counter his attacks and begin attacking himself, with a dialogue of blows going back and forth between the two. Phoebe would line up her shot and fire 2 pistol shots at Hyena. Hyena would counter, but the bullets intentionally missed the counter and ricochet off the wall, hitting Hyena directly in the skull. Hyena would scream in pain and collapse.
Aaron, let's punish this bastard!
They both unloaded everything they had on Hyena. This would unsurprisingly lead to his death. Aaron would drink a health potion in his inventory and sit down, being absolutely exhausted. Daniel and Eleanor would come in and check on them. Soon they both cleared up everything that had happened to them. They all agreed to tell Bato of Luther's true nature. Meanwhile, Luther's mission came a halt, with Luther and his men resting for the day in a small cabin. Luther decided he'd have to end them before they became a liability.
Kaiba, please come here.
Kaiba would tiredly walk to Luther, rubbing his eyes and slurring his speech.
Yeah, boss?
Luther simply looked around to make sure no one was looking. He simply tapped Kaiba on the head and pushed him to the floor. Kaiba would immediately be wide awake due to the adrenaline. However, it was too late as he would slowly fade away, being unable to say anything due to such fear. Turner would open the door. Hey, what's going on?
Oh, shut up!
Luther said as he threw a knife at Turner, which hit him in the throat. Luther would then be warped to Bato's throne room.
What? Lord Bato, what am I doing here?
That'll be enough of you! Guards, detain him! Bato ordered as two bulky guards would restrain Luther. The trial of Luther, aka the being of many bodies, has begun. Luther looked in horror as all of his sins started coming back to haunt him.